Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. If there's any reason for John Swinney to be replaced, I suppose, as leader of the SNP by SNP people, then I think we've now hit the point of no return. It turns out that Swinney knew the problems of Alexander Dennis Limited, the people who make the buses and the fire engines, over a year ago, and yet did nothing to stop it. He's been accused of doing absolutely bugger all to stop the closure of these two factories and the move of the company down south to Scunthorpe in Yorkshire. Not Scunthorpe, Scarborough in Yorkshire. Scunthorpe, Lincolnshire, isn't it? Yeah. In order to, make political capital of it, it seems. He could have saved them. He could have given them a tax break here, an allowance there, orders. They could have even made it compulsory for bus companies to order buses from them in Scotland, for example. We did none of these things. He was finally forced into making any kind of comment last week when the company announced their move. And it's all far too late to save it, really. Anything they do now will look like desperate clawing, but it isn't there. He's had over a year to sort this out. So why hasn't he? Well, some are saying it's deliberate. Some are saying that he wanted them to go as an example of what Labour are doing. Well, initially it would have been Tory austerity, but then Labour won straight away, and he could have jumped in then. But no. It's what Labour are doing. It's what the English are doing to Scotland. It's a reason why Scotland's got to be independent. Look how England's poaching all the trade. Look how investment is going to England, not Scotland. It's why Scotland needs to be independent, blah, blah, blah. Well, the fact is, all those jobs are gone because of his political manoeuvrings. You vote SNP, you get unemployment, you get people leaving the country. And you even get the SNP hierarchy working against Scotland to achieve this. Voting for the SNP is quite literally tying a noose around your own neck in terms of jobs. He said that the company, when the company announced that they were being forced to offshore jobs to China, some of the production, which then being sold. Here's how bad it is. They're going to offshore jobs to get stuff from China, made in China and shipped halfway around the world. It's cheaper to do that than it's cheaper to build it in Scotland because of all the red tape and the taxes and everything. And of course, they said further capital support was needed, but none was coming. And for them, the final straw was the shutting of Grangemouth, because that proved that the Scottish Government wasn't interested in retaining jobs. It was only interested in stirring up the pot for the purposes of getting independence. And they say they don't want to be in an independent Scotland. It would limit their ability to sell to England, where, after all, nearly all their buses and fire engines go. Scotland doesn't buy its own buses. How weird. They buy them from Italy, I believe. But he's sitting there going, oh, we regret them going. Well, you can't regret it, John. You held the door open and packed their suitcase for them. It's a bit late to come the cod now and pretend that you had nothing to do with it. You caused it. Thanks a lot. Bye.